So far, we started inside, up to knee on belly, drive ankles to here, feet chooses a direction, scoot up to here, back take, and we worked on from here yesterday a few submissions, and what we're doing today is if Pete turns into me either way, we're going to transition back to mount. So we ended here, last week, and we're starting here today. Okay, so if we switch. So today we're doing 2 or 3 escapes, depending on time, and 1 submission from mount, yeah? So the first one, the concept is more important than the nuance of technique for this one. So we want to trap the same side, both the arm and the leg on the same side. So obviously we're going this way. So the first step I like to do is trap his ankle. You can see my ankle is kind of tucking his in under my own bum. So that means he can't pivot his leg out. Yeah? So we need to get the same arm, same leg. So if he sits up, the easiest, if he's sitting up, you want to kind of bump him forward, even put a knee forward to drive him forward to here. And the most basic one is we're going to swim around the outside to the elbow, gable grip, and suck the arm in like this, back to your chest, pinch your elbows together, and like we're doing in the warm-up, it's just a bridge and roll to here. And then we finish with strong posture. We put our elbows down, we put our arms parallel with his legs, we control his hips. We don't want to be down here because then he can just do his own sweeps from here. So we want to end strong posture, strong core. Okay, I'll show that one more time. We'll do this one just a few times each. I'm sure everyone here has done this many times. So we're here, he's sitting up. We want to buck him forward. You can even grab the belt or lapels if it's gi, or in no gi, you can just kind of pull him forward with the knee. Trap the ankle, gable grip, suck in, bridge, and roll. And finish, strong posture. Okay, 1, 2. Knee to elbow, mount escape. So like we're doing in the warm-up, Pete's not standing, but we still need to bridge up to create room and frame to get to a hip. Yeah? So once again, normal mount, we're going to bridge and get to a hip like this, okay? Still got the framing, very important, where our forearm is across his hips. If we're over here, I'm just giving him my back. Too easy, but we don't want that. Okay? So once we're here, we want to bridge and get to here and keep the elbow on the kind of above his pelvic bone, but control of his hips, okay? So now if you swing this way a little bit, we want to flatten the leg that's closest to the side that we want, his leg. Does that make sense? So we're not like this. It's this leg is flat, okay? Because the objective is we want to scoop his ankle between our legs, okay? And to do that, sometimes you can like slide your knee in naturally like that. If you can, awesome. I find that it's much easier if I just bring this one over, use the heel to dig into his own leg, and eventually that'll just pop over and I can get that leg through like that. Now his ankle is between my legs, yeah? So if we're back to here, I like to bring the far leg over, use my own heel to dig into the top of his foot to scoop it here, and that's step 1, okay? So this is like, what, quarter guard? And now this is quite simple. We're going to use the strength of our forearm and our elbow, and we're going to feed our knee up and our elbow down. So imagine we're like forcing his knee down whilst my knee comes up, and what happens is it just kind of slides eventually, and we get to here. And that's basically half guard, okay? So if we go back to the start, so got mount, up, choose a side, keep that elbow, that's very important, on his hips, here, come around, scoop that, step 1. Now we get either our elbow or our forearm onto his knee, and we're going to pull our knee upwards, up towards our elbow. So that's why it's a knee to elbow escape. So knee to elbow, and eventually he'll slide in, and then we'll stop there, yeah? We'll do this in 2 stages. So we just want to get to half guard, and we can kind of switch and get back to our back like that, just in half guard, okay? Cool. 1, 2. Cool. Okay, so far we're here, big bridge to choose the hip. Yep. Got the straight leg, scoop here whilst controlling his hip line. That's the most critical thing in this position. Being on your side's good, but it's not good if you're too far on your side, because then I'm basically back. That's no good, okay? Yep. So we're here, gonna scoot the knee up to here, okay? And what we want to do is we actually want to come back to our shoulders. So what I like to do, if this feels natural, that's fine. It just means when I'm turning, what I do is I control with my left, and then once I'm turning, I quickly change. Did you see that with my legs? So we started here with this triangle, still controlling his hips. Once, we'll spin around slightly. You've got to be fast here, because you don't want to give any room for movement for him, yeah? So once I'm turning my shoulders back, I'm controlling here, and I'm quickly changing. Really quick, like a whip, okay? And from here, what we're going to do is, we're going to feed the same side that we've got the leg control. We're going to feed a deep underhook. If we're in deep, we can go belt for sure. But if we're in no, it still works. You just want to come up to here, and you want to kind of sit up, and the goal is to get to on top of your elbow. So we're kind of sitting up with the underhook, but you want to slide that elbow up, because that's our new post, yeah? That's quite strong from here, okay? So we're back here, we're here actually, we emptied here. We're going to straighten our shoulders, whip to here. We're going to go for a deep underhook, belt if you want, or just deep for no key obviously. And we want to sit up, get to the elbow. We're going to undo our triangle with our legs. And all we're doing is we're kind of just shrugging to here. And we're escaping out this way. Okay, show that one more time. And this can be for a turtle, roll to back take. We'll just go out from the start, I guess. Okay, we're still in shot. Cool. So we're here, bump to here, control his hips, feed it in, knees to elbow to here. Once we straighten, we're going to change, and at the same time I like to get the underhook set up. We're going to sit up and get to our right elbow to here. We're going to undo our triangle with our legs, grab the belt and shimmy that leg out. We want to get this leg out and preferably get under before he whizzes, yeah. We want to get under to here, then we can sneak that leg out further, okay, and consolidate inside or turtle, okay? One more time, I'll come around and show the steps. So we'll just start from where we left off. So over here. Okay, so here, because we're already here, you can get the underhook at the same time as you're flattening the shoulders, okay? So underhook, flatten, change the legs. Once we're ready to sit up and get to our elbow, then we undo our legs, feed that leg out, and control them with a seatbelt. Alrighty, 1, 2.
Typically in mount, for me, I'm conscious of not having my hands above his belly button. I don't want to keep my hands down low. I don't want to be flaring my elbows out. Since I flare my elbows out, I'm going to get arm barred, head and arm shakers, or my arms are going to end up above my head. Another thing I don't want. So typically for me, if I do find myself in mount, I'm keeping my arms in, keeping my elbows in, and I'm not putting them up above his belly button. So this one is more when he starts to come forward and he starts to put some pressure on me. So my idea is, I don't want to let him get there. I don't want to have him where he's starting to squash me. But at the same time, particularly if they're really firm and they're quite heavy, I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to be pushing up with my arms because it's just going to give him an arm bar. But what I want is I want Ollie to go one direction. So what I ideally want to do is I want to get a single X guard on this leg, which means I've got to get Ollie going that way. So if he's starting to come forward, I'm pushing out, but I'm pushing out with my forearms. So I'm avoiding trying to push with my hands. And when he starts to come forward, pushing with my forearms to keep him out. And then it's just a simple case of nice simple X guard. That one's already going to come in because it's already underneath. That one's just going to look straight up over the top. And from here, you've got a couple of different things you can do, but probably, typically, you start coming up. One more. Ideal again, so I want him going one way. So ideal again, don't put my hands or my arms above his belly button rule. He's starting to buck, I'm starting to move around. Getting to the side. It doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be a perfect straight leg, as long as I've got a space. And you notice as well, I'm creating room as well. A lot of people, they'll be here and they'll go, oh, I can't get it, I can't get it. Yeah, give yourself room, then get it, lock it up tight. If it's no D, push underneath. If it's D, grab a handful of pant leg and a tactical get up. Straight up, finish your knee rod. Got that? Yep, good to go.